Good evening. Kind of lost my mojo a bit. Um, I'm finding the films really hard to make, but I'm just pushing myself, even when I don't feel like it, to make a film. And today I need a break from inventing and doing something from scratch. So I've reverted to what I was doing a month or so ago, which was I picked out a cookery book that I'd wanted to make recipes from. So I'm back um, with uh, Rick Stein's Simple Suppers. And tonight I'm making his chicken satay with peanut sambal and noodles. I've picked it because it looks really easy and really tasty. The quantities I'm making are for two people. But what I'll do is I will put a photo at the end of this of the recipe, and I will tell you the quantities that I've used. So in this bowl, I've got some chunks of chicken fillet, which is marinating with one garlic that's been minced and 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. In this bowl for the sambal, I've got 50 grams of crunchy peanut butter. There's I've used one very small garlic because in his recipe he uses one garlic, but I like garlic, so one very small garlic crushed. I've used just over half a tablespoon of sriracha. I've got to put some lime in. I've used just over half a tablespoon of soy sauce, just over half a tablespoon of sugar, and water from a freshly boiled kettle, which I'm going to stir in. I do still need to add lime juice, but I'm just going to stir in enough water to make it a nice sloppy sauce. So I will keep stirring this. I've used a really lovely crunchy peanut butter. I know that it will actually eventually get incorporated, so I will carry on stir. Oh, it's getting incorporated already. I've also got here a quarter of a cucumber, which I've halved and taken the seeds out of, so they're in lovely little half moon shapes. I've got 200 grams of ramen noodles and some water on the boil to cook the noodles. And then this is a trick from Rick's book. Sorry, I don't need to call him by a first name, Mr. Stein's book. So these are shredded spring onions. They're in a bowl of iced water, and apparently they will go curly. Well, we'll see. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my grill to medium high, which I'll do now. Actually, you don't have to watch me do that. I'm sorry. So Rick Stein just puts pieces on a tray to grill. I just find it easier to thread them onto a metal skewer, because when you cook on a metal skewer, the heat from the metal also helps the cooking process on the inside of the chicken. I'll get one more piece on here. You don't need to watch me threading all of this. Okay, I'm going to pause it just to show you. I have now incorporated everything, but it's not runny enough, so I am going to add a little bit more water because we want it nice and runny so that you can just pour it over the finished dish. So that you will have to judge for yourself. Oh God, it smells good. I might just go for a bit runnier. So I think I've used about 2 tablespoons of water. The next thing is to brush the chicken with some oil on both sides. There we go. Brush the. Oh God. Okay, I'm going to get my hands dirty. There we are. Brush it on both sides. And then these will go under the grill for about 3 minutes on each side. Meanwhile, while these are under the grill, you can cook your ramen noodles. I need to go and wash my hands. This is why tasting is really important. I tasted it. That's the sort of consistency you want. And I realized I still hadn't put the lime in. So don't forget to put the lime in. I really do quite like a zing of lime. In his recipe, he uses the juice of half a lime. So I've used probably about the juice of a quarter of a lime. Don't waste this, because if you watch my top tips, you know that you can squeeze this into an ice tray and freeze it. I'll be putting it in a margarita. Noodles are cooked and drained. I'm just going to dress them with a little bit of soy sauce, not too much, that's plenty. In Rick Stein's recipe, he just uses vegetable oil, but I've got toasted sesame oil, so it would be a shame not to use it. And then just run that through. It stops the noodles sticking together. Oh, that smells lovely. And now I'm just waiting for the chicken, and then we will assemble the dish. So easy. Just check that your chicken is cooked. So I've just cut through a piece. I can see that it's cooked perfectly because mine is chicken breast, so it's not going to take very long. Don't forget to use a cloth to touch your metal skewers if you've used metal skewers, and slide the chicken off. Now it's an assembly job. So give the noodles a stir, and it's lovely. See, they're not stuck together because you've dressed them in oil and soy sauce. This is going to be enough for me. The rest can go to my daughter tomorrow. She'll be very grateful. The chicken pieces can go on. I don't want too much. The cucumber can be scattered around. I love cucumber. I've had pretty good success with my spring onions. Some have curled. The ones that haven't curled, I suspect it's because I didn't cut them thinly enough. But I'm just going to dress it with the satay sauce. Oh, look, just scoop it on. Yum. And finish it with some spring onions. There we have it. Rick Stein's chicken satay with peanut sambal and noodles.